Alright, when you're traveling, one of the most important parts probably is your internet connection, because it will be the center for transportation like Grab in Thailand or Uber when you're in USA, but also more importantly, using Google Maps when you are on the go, and of course, communication with WhatsApp if you need to be in contact with anyone either at the same trip or at home. Obviously, some of you will argue back then we didn't need internet, and that's obviously true, but since we have internet, why not deal with it? And obviously back then also internet when traveling was really expensive because you had roaming to deal with. Nowadays you can get something like, for example, Saily. And full disclosure, when I was looking for an eSIM provider for traveling many years ago, or not many years ago, 2 years ago, I only was able to find sponsored videos, which annoyed me a lot. And I already made a review, a non-sponsored review back then, and I really want to emphasize this is not sponsored. Saily didn't contact me, pay me. This is not sponsored. I actually paid everything with my own money. I bought a data package for my mother, who is now currently in the Netherlands, but I also bought a package 2 years ago when I went to Thailand for a multi-camp for Thailand, but also for Qatar, because I had a layover in Qatar. So everything was paid with my own money, and therefore this is a very honest, unbiased opinion and review, and how I will be doing this, because I will be going to Poland in 2 weeks, and then I will be going to Thailand in a couple of months again, and I will be buying and using Saily again. And because I'm going to Poland, I will be showing you how I do this now and give you my own experience. However, I saw here in the app from Saily that you can actually share a code, and for everyone who signs up with your code, you get a little bit of a kickback. So that's the only thing that I will be using in this video. Again, Saily didn't pay me, didn't sponsor me. I pay for all of these packages on my own. But if you want to support me and you want to use Saily as well, maybe consider using the code that I put in the description or that I superimpose here. With that, you actually support me a little bit. I get a kickback for my next data purchase on Saily, so that's pretty cool. So I don't get money, but I get a little bit of a discount when I buy my next package for Saily. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's go into this. As I've been saying, I used Saily when I went to Thailand, and this experience kind of supported me in continuing using that, and actually also giving my mother the opportunity to use Saily when she is in Netherlands. And to be fair, she is not a technical savvy person, so I had to do that for her. I guess with all of our parents or grandparents, we all have to deal with the same thing, being somewhat of a tech support. But honestly, I feel if you are a little bit tech savvy, even if not, the manual is very easy, and we will go through that in just a second. My experience again with Saily in Thailand was really, really good. I don't remember what kind of package I had, but I used it predominantly, as I just said, for Google Maps, but more importantly for Grab to get around Chiang Mai and to order food, but also to do video calls with my wife. Although no, we did some video calls, but predominantly audio calls, and for that the connection was really good. I remember vividly being in the mall and talking to my wife via Saily, so the connection was really good and reliable. It is very important to note that back then, and I still only use the data packages. So you will get a data package, but you will not be able to use a telephone number. I believe they have now the option to do phone calls, but I always opt for the data only package. So in essence, you buy a package for the country you're going to, you buy an eSIM, and then you have to install it and basically tell your phone only use data via this eSIM. And the app basically always tells you how much data you still have left, and if you need some more, you can kind of add some more data volume over time. And the installation is really simple. Let me just do that, because as I said, I will be going to Poland. So let's go to my packages. Let's say It's unfortunately in German, but oh yeah, here you can see I used to, for Thailand, I bought 10 gigabytes and I still had 6.5 gigabytes of 10 left. So I could have bought for those 2 weeks when I was in Thailand, I could have bought even less than 10 gigabytes, but I always kind of like to buy a little bit more just to be safe. And now we going here, let's go buy a new package, go here, data package, and I need to go to Poland. There we are. I will be going there for a couple of days, so only 5 days for business trip. I think I could get around with just 1 gigabyte. But as you can see here, you have €4 for 1, $5.50 for 3, and $7.99 for 5. I'm just going for 5 gigabytes. I don't need more. So let's go that, and then check out, let's use a little bit of my, and then I going to buy it now. All right, so I bought the package from Poland. As you can see here, it was, I mean, buying stuff on the internet is usually very easy. As you can see here, it needs a little bit time to prepare the order. And I'm not going to activate it now, but I'm going to show you in theory how to activate it once this order is being processed. And again, I did that for my mother as well already, and I will be doing this in the future for Thailand. But I mean, there's not a lot that I can tell. I only can tell you it was really reliable and it is very easy to do. As I said, I did that with my mother. You basically have, now we are. So look at the packages. I have 5 gigabytes. Nope. So when you're here, you click on install eSIM on this device. All right, eSIM install. Yes, allow to install eSIM. Now it installs eSIM for Poland. All right, so once the eSIM is installed, you click to continue. You can change the name of the things. Let's call this let's call it Saily and okay. So it will ask you for your preferred SIM because I am still in Germany. I do SIM 1, obviously. You have to basically tell the SIM now for which to use preferably. Every time you install a new SIM, it will ask you basically on your phone, at least here on the Samsung phone, to specify which is your main SIM. Here, this is in German, it says data change and secure calls activated or not. It basically asks you, okay, if SIM 1 doesn't work, should I automatically switch to the other SIM? And I would suggest switch that off because you don't want to be traveling and then whenever Saily isn't being connected, it switches to your main SIM and generates calls that you don't want to do. So keep that switched off. So, and now in theory, let's start over. So in theory, when you are traveling to the country, go to settings, go to connections, go to SIM manager, and then you will see both of the SIMs here. And underneath here, you will have calls, messages, and mobile data. You go to mobile data and switch to the SIM of the Saily SIM of the country. And when you activated the eSIM as well, you need to go to inside the connections on the mobile network and activate data roaming for Saily. That is also important. So to summarize, once you activated the eSIM within the Saily app, you go into settings and then under connections, under SIM manager, you specify that the eSIM for Saily is your preferred connection for data. That's the first thing that you need to do once you arrive at your destinations, making sure that no data is being connected from your main SIM card of your home country. Preferably you do that before you board your flight. And then once you arrive, you are basically sure that no data is being used from your home SIM, but rather Saily starts right away. Then you also go into mobile networks and activate data roaming for your Saily SIM. That is also really important. So then once you arrive at the country, Saily and the eSIM will try to connect to the network of the destination country and will activate Saily automatically, and then you can basically browse the internet and use data from the package that you bought. So that's basically how you use Saily. And when you go into the app, basically it also tells you a small little manual, as you can see here, as it just says, like I did, go to settings, connections, SIM manager, say that mobile data is only for eSIM, switch off data switching and backup calling. That's really, really important. Go back to the Saily app. Also, don't forget to activate roaming, as I said, for the Saily app. So that's basically how you use Saily. And as I said, I had really good experiences in Qatar, in Thailand. My mom has hopefully good experiences in Netherlands, but I wouldn't use her as a good reference because she's not technical versed a lot, so I needed to help her with the installation. But the manual inside the Saily app is actually, in my humble opinion, really good and helpful. Yeah, the activation is basically almost automatically. You need to obviously specify what the Saily app or your phone is supposed to do. And yeah, again, this is not sponsored. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you want to support me and kind of help me kind of buy my next package to Thailand, consider using the code BONAFO1925 when you purchase a data package for Saily. Again, I will get a little bit of a small little kickback, not as terms of money, but if I want to buy my next package, that will definitely help a lot. So yeah, again, if you have any questions, let me know. From my personal experience, Saily is amazing. I really like it a lot. And I would say the pricing is pretty much very competitive and budget friendly. Hope you liked it. Maybe check out the video when I was in Thailand. This video is already 2 years old. Check it up here where I already reviewed Saily a little bit. YouTube thinks you like the video down here. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button up here. That way we see each other in the next video. Thank you very much.